Hello, thank you for tuning in again to No More Water, Fire, next time. My name is Larry Duncan Allen, and how are you doing this evening? Or night, rather. Look, I have a topic. I know I'm on rather late, but I have a topic about why do we love our enemies so much. Have you noticed when people go through natural disasters, how black people have praying hands up, giving them consolation, feel so sorry for them? Not one mean word. Yet, here in the St. Louis area, there was a tornado the other day. It went through town, the black side of town, tore up many houses. I heard 3 and as high as 5 people lost their lives. So I've been seeing on social media, the real STL news in different places, and I noticed the comments. And in the comments, with non-black people, I didn't see one good comment. All of them were mean, sarcasm, jokes. There was one with a groups giving out supplies to people. They made jokes and sarcasm about that. And were sarcastic about that. There was one where they showed how homes were devastated. Or when are they gonna go in there looting? Everything they said was mean. I didn't see one good post from a white person or our supposedly allies, people of color, who's supposed to be our allies, who never was. They're even worse. But look, we got to stop this love fest with everyone, with the people who hate us. Most of the world hate us. See, African Americans the black people, citizens, I don't say African Americans, the black people in the United States are special people because we don't have a home. This is supposed to be our homeland, but we're not wanted here. We don't know where our homeland is in Africa. They say some of the countries want us to come back, but they never really aggressively pursued it. And then many of them come over here, and they act just like the people of color. I mean, if you could have seen, and it's always been this. We haven't started because during Hurricane Katrina, there were a bunch of mean statements then because they saw mostly black people on those rooftops. Even in one part of town, the black people were trying to get away from the water. They had to come through the white part of town. The police shot and killed them. The policemen ended up in prison when they were just trying to escape the water. Now, you think some black people would have shot some white people who were trying to escape the water? We like everybody. As I said last night, we like everyone. They just don't like us. Well, when I say we, I'm just talking about as a people because I don't. I don't like everybody. Never have, never will. And no one likes everybody. I'm talking about us as a people. But look, during Hurricane Katrina, you had white talk show hosts coming on the air to I don't care nothing about those people because he had a black face on. Well, I don't care nothing about them, really. And see, that's why I say we need to stop being everybody's buddy, trying to get along with everyone. They do not want to get along with us. They do not. You have some individuals. Boy, that lightning's really coming. I know you can hear it. But look, it may knock me up there. But look, they they do not care about us, and I don't know why you keep caring about them. When tragedies happen to them, you put about praying hands and offering words of consolation to them. But yet, when our time comes, they offer nothing but meanness, jokes, and sarcasm. But yet, you know one thing about it, you know how whenever black people on their social media and start firing back at white people, there's always this white person, especially a white woman, come on and says, "Oh, we're all just one race. We need to love each other and get along with each other." But yet, when these white people make mean statements, I don't hear none of them telling them that we're all one race. We need to all get along. You shouldn't be saying that. You only say that to black people. We have to be the peacemakers. No, we don't. We didn't cause the mess. Let the people who caused it be the peacemaker. I'm tired of seeing black people greasing up to these people, letting them make a monkey and idiot out of you. But yet, when your turn comes, they're laughing at you. You want to help them with everything. They don't want to help you with anything. There'll be some groups come in of people like from churches and all from other areas. I'm not talking about them. There'll be some white people come in and donate some things. They should know by now. I'm not talking about them. But then again, like I said, I usually don't sort. But I don't want to stop people from helping who want to help. But there's a lot, though. But the larger community of other people don't want to help us, and they just want to make fun of us every chance they get. And you black women, stop clowning black men on social media all the time and building up white men. You never clown white men, only black men. You put a picture of a white man, oh, he's so cute, he's so fine, I always had a crush on him. Then you put up a picture of an AI picture with a black man with a dress on, ruining everyone's ethnic image. Look, they are all those fight videos you're putting up, and you know a lot of them are fake. It's a skit. No way you got hit in the face 30 times, no blood, no swelling or nothing. Quit putting that mess up. It's ruining our ethnic image, and people using it against us. Half of those fight videos are AI or a skit that you made up just to get some likes. Because they troll those pages. But some people who say they don't like us, you sure do like to troll us a lot. Like I said last night, some people need someone to look down on to validate themselves, to make themselves feel relevant, to make them feel good about themselves. They have to have someone to look down on. That's a very pitiful person. You're a pitiful person when laws, amendments, and rules got to be made just to make you treat someone right. You can't treat anyone right unless you're made to do it and still won't do it. You find things of black people committing crime, which white people do too. You just don't post it everywhere. Or some black people fighting, but yet you just as many videos of white people fighting. But when it's white people, you talk about the video. When it's black people, you talk about their race. And we need to stop going along with that mess. So that's why when things happen to them, we show pity. It happens to us, they show hatred. No one spoke out against how black people are losing. When they had those rallies all over the nation, over a million people marched and all. But you know that one thing I noticed about all those rallies, and I mentioned this before, and I'm going to keep mentioning it. They start talking about the disenfranchised groups. They mentioned women, people of color. They talk about the immigrants, the homosexuals, but they never mention black people. Not one time have I heard them mention black people as a disenfranchised group. But then you have some Latinos coming on saying, well, the black people, we need your help. Yeah, wait on it. Just like we waited on yours. Yeah, wait on it. Tired of people keep mistreating us, but we won't mistreat them. If I believe in eye for an eye, and I believe in two eyes for an eye. Hit me in one, I hit you in both. Respond with a greater force to let them know don't do it again. We love everybody too much, and they don't love us. We treat them better than they treat us. We treat them better than we treat our own. How many times you go in the store, the black person behind the counter all rude and nasty to you, and all nice and kind to the white person or person of color who comes in behind you. So it's not just them, it's us too. But the thing about it, but I'm not going to start on that because tonight is about loving our enemies. Even though some of us are our enemies, but I'm going to talk about those other enemies. They're all on social media. Every post they see us put up on social media, they're trolling it. Got some mean, sarcastic, ridiculous remark to make. Don't know how stupid they sound because they don't know the real history of this nation and what happened to black people. Black people know it, and they don't realize how stupid they sound if they really knew what was going on. Most white people are dumb when it comes to history. It was kept from them. It was kept from us for a long time. When I was going to school, we didn't know nothing about slavery and segregation and all of that. It wasn't taught to us and it wasn't taught at home. I was high school aged before I even knew slavery ever existed. The reason rich hurt so many people is because that was the first time many black people saw the in depth, how deep it went. They knew of it, but they didn't know the depths of it. Many white people still don't know the history of what happened to black people in this nation. Many of them are gauging their attitude about black people from social media. And you all putting up all them crazy videos all over the place. And be honest with you, I've never seen those type of fights in person in my life. I haven't seen any fight in Walmart, in restaurants, on the streets like that. There's people just fighting all over the place for no reason. Used to be a time little children fought, not adults, because adults fights can just get deadly. We need to cut that foolishness out. Everything got to lead to a fight. And, but the thing about it, most of those fights on social media are fake. They're not even real. They're not real. I'm going to take a break, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I couldn't play my South African hillbilly music and picture tonight. They filed a copyright against it. I guess it was a copyright. Probably like me playing it. But that's why I say people. Getting back to the subject, people we have to we have to stop just loving everybody who hate us. I know you go to church and you love everybody, but you don't keep on around here letting people mistreat you. And you keep treating them kind, or just leave them alone. Every time we tried to go off to ourselves, they wouldn't let us. Even Abraham Lincoln wanted to send us to Liberia, where other free slave was at. They didn't want him to do that. So they don't know what they want to do. It's like it's like they don't want us here, but they don't want us gone. But that's why we have to make our own decision. Don't let them make it. We don't need them making a decision for us. I'm still mentioning those who want to leave here, go to another nation, start your GoFundMe, and let it be known what the reason is for. If just think we had 4 or 5 million people do that, it's going to get some attention. They'll let them know we're not playing around anymore. And what if then we petition they say, beloved, or leave it? Yeah, we'll leave it. Give us the money. We'll go. The government give each one of us $1 million. We'll go. Go gladly. Because some reason it's like they need us here. You know why? To keep white people's sanity, to keep other people's sanity. Because many people, they seem to have a nature. I'm just going to say it like it is. They seem to have a nature where they have to have someone to look down on. And that's us. And people of color, if we weren't here, it would be you. And if it was all white people here, they'll find a segment of white people to look down on. Because they've done it in Europe. When it was all white there. They had the Irish to look down on at one time. Because Ireland wanted to secede from Britain. It was back when Reagan was president. People burning themselves up in the street. And that mean hag Margaret Thatcher. She talking about she clap every time one of them burn themselves up. Yeah, and see, we gotta stop this loving, folks. Well, you all can keep it up if you want to. I'm not. I can't tell someone else what to do. I can just suggest it. I know it said we should love our enemies, but I just haven't reached her. I don't know if I ever reached that. You love me, I love you. You hate me, I hate you. Maybe it shouldn't be that way with me, but that's just the way it is right now. And I don't see that changing. I mean, every post we put up, some person coming on up with some mean comment. Like they're just trolling. Just trolling us. And we just can't keep putting up with that. We'll just ignore them. And I noticed that. The one thing I noticed, the black people are beginning to ignore them. Don't even pay them any attention. And when you don't respond to them, they just leave it alone. They'll keep doing it because it makes them feel good. If people don't pay them any attention, they'll get lighter and lighter with it and go away. Because they begin to see that we no longer even care what they say or think. Because they're on their way of becoming on our level anyway. When Trump get done with them, they're going to see how it is. Because he doesn't care what color you are. He's after you. Now, only way he care about color is that, and what race you are, that he do want to keep white people here. But he don't care if you suffer or not. That's why he's importing them in and sending the people of color out. They'll send us out if they could. We would have been the first to go. And they're trying to find a way that they can. Let's beat them to the punch and get our GoFundMe's going and petition $5 million to get up out of here. They love to say talk about leave. Anybody ever come to you to go back to Africa? First tell them go back to Europe or wherever they came from. Say, but look, if you want me to go so bad, give me the money. And I'm not talking about just plane fare. If it's an individual, I say, give me $100,000, I'll go. The government, at least $1 million. So those who want to put a GoFundMe, let's go ahead and see how it goes. Can't go any worse than what's going on now. I mean, we like that whooping boy, that toy. Every time we start doing well, they think we about to get too big. Then they have a reconstruction period. Take our rights away. That's what they're doing. This is not the first time that this has happened. It's been about 3 or 4 reconstructions. No, about 3 of them. I think this is the 3rd reconstruction. And each time it was aimed at us. This is too. When you look at when you see the end result, we're the real target. They're just itching for us to get out in the streets. But we've been smart about it. And so I wasn't going to do a show tonight, but I saw that all over social media where people making fun of our suffering. There's love to troll us. We don't troll them. We don't care about them. They say they don't care about us, but they can't leave us alone. We're just the people they love to hate. But I don't care what they do, as long as they don't try to put their hands on any of us. Now that story about some 2 Klansmen getting killed in Atlanta, went into a black neighborhood and was killed in Atlanta, that haven't been substantiated. Now I really don't think it's true. It's been on social media, but I don't think it's true. And that's why I can't really say much about it until it's substantiated. You can go by what you see on YouTube. You see anything on YouTube. Just about every celebrity that's alive now has been dead on YouTube. Let them tell it. So that's why I say make sure you substantiate things like that before you put it out there, because it can make you look silly. That's why I like to substantiate things before I mention it or send it out there. If I'm not sure, I say I'm not sure, but I usually don't talk on things I'm not sure about. That's the only reason I mention this is to let you know I don't think it's true. But see, if it's not true, we don't need to make up stuff like that. We got enough true things going on that we can talk about. We're some people who don't have to make up anything to present our case. We don't have to lie, deceive to present our case. We got a lot that's true that we can talk about. Excuse me. And we got a lot that's true. And it may not be any of us who started. A lot of people started that through artificial intelligence. Do you know that when I mentioned about starting the GoFundMe of leaving here. The next day, I got a couple calls that said Russia on it, but I didn't answer it. I don't want to talk to anyone in Russia. You have people, they watch and they see these things. I'm beginning to pick up more viewers. I had my viewers, but I stopped doing this show for quite a while. And I'm just starting back, so I have to get back going. Be sure to like, share, and hit my Cash App and subscribe. Subscribe to City of Champions Media on YouTube and City of Champions TV on Facebook. Because things are coming up. We got a lot that's gonna be coming down the pipeline pretty soon. A lot that you're gonna want to see. Some very informative things. It's not gonna be no twerking and talking about baby mamas and daddies. So some of you may not want to tune in, but those who want to see some informative things, we got some things coming up soon. I'm trying to get some people to sponsor, like with commercials. I may be having that soon, because you are not too generous with the Cash App. And I have to make this show sustain itself. I can't take from other projects and put it onto this. You know, they don't, in any type of media, they could have different TV shows on, but those shows have to sustain themselves. They don't take money from one show and put it on another. And I can't do that either. Right now, I'm doing this out of my pocket and to whoever donate. And a lot of people say, "Oh, you got the TV station, you got this and that." But like I say, this show has to sustain itself. I can't rob Peter to pay Paul, as they say in church. So hit up my Cash App if you can, or on Facebook you can send some stars. I forgot about that, because I'm streaming on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. And share these when I'm live. I'd appreciate if you would share it over, let other people see, because I know I may say a lot of things people don't like, but it's things that need to be said, because they're not sparing their tongue with us, and I'm not sparing my tongue. They're calling us all type of names and messing with our kids, and got to deal with that. Cause that little boy, that woman, got $1 million for calling the N-word. I don't think it's gonna stop there. These people see what happened with her, they're gonna try it too. But see, she didn't say that while a black person was out there. There's this other guy, he wasn't black. Sounds like he may have been Hispanic or white, and he used to be a cop. But see, when people like that, you don't plead with them. Why would you say they was? I don't care why they say it. Flatten them. See, if there was a black person out there, she'd been putting up a GoFundMe for her medical bills. Messing with a little boy like that. Little kids do things. If there had been a little white kid did that, I bet you she wouldn't have took it so hard. I wouldn't have been trying to plead with her. Because these people know what they're doing, and they're doing what they want to do. So why plead with them? Deal with it. We deal with each other on stuff, deal with other folks. We can't look at each other the wrong way without getting served up. I just saw that today. They just making a big joke out of the fact that a tornado tore up a lot in North St. Louis, the black side of town. They're making a big joke out of it. But yet we get on their posts when they're suffering, consoling them. I'm not consoling anyone. Let your own people console you. Now, why I say, whatever happened to other folks, I don't care. They run every immigrant out of here. I don't care. Where they gonna come after you after they run them out? Well, we'll just see. And the people who lost their job through DEI, it was mostly white women. I don't care. Y'all don't care about us. I'm tired of caring about other people, and they don't care about us. You lose your farms, too bad. I hope you lose the cows and the chickens too. Because if it was happening to us, you wouldn't care. Lose the tractor too. Lose everything, the house, everything. Tired of this mess. You all keep clowning us when we suffering, and we consoling you when you're suffering. I told you last night about how the black farmers had sued to get some money because when the white farmers got the COVID relief, the black farmers didn't get it. So the black farmers sued, but they still didn't get the money because the white farmers sued because they wanted part of the black farmers' money, the money they had already gotten. They had already gotten theirs, so the black farmers still didn't get it. So I hope every last one of them lose their farms, lose their equipment, lose their house, lose their savings, lose their dog, their pets, the bird, the cats. I hope you lose it all. And go walk down the street naked with nothing. And you wouldn't care if it happened to the black farmers like that. So the black farmers are making do because they're used to working without subsidies. They're not used to having someone hold their hand like you did. You know the ones who you say are lazy and inferior? They didn't need anyone holding their hand. They did it on their own. You had subsidies. What you had was government welfare. You were welfare farmers. The black ones weren't. So now they're doing okay while you're crying. And I laugh at every tear. And you ask for a handkerchief to wipe them off. Give you a handkerchief with some gasoline on it, burn your eyes. I'm tired of all this we loving everybody and everybody hating us. You hate me, I hate you. That's the way we have to start seeing it. We're getting too far behind, and this being kind to those who mistreat us, it hasn't worked. They just think we some fools for doing that. So, be sure to hit my Cash App and so I can start doing more shows more frequently. This is the second night in a row I did when I was going to come on earlier, but to be honest with you, I wasn't going to come on tonight. But I've been seeing things all day long. Well, black people putting up praying hands for everyone, and everyone ridiculing our suffering. So I'm gonna start ridiculing theirs. They say, well, you don't let them change your personality. I never had a personality of people mistreating me and me treating them good. I never had that personality, so they're not changing anything. Look at the posts. Look at what white people have went through tornadoes, hurricanes, and tragedy. You don't see one person coming on there black. You don't see one black person, or not just white people, also people of color. You don't see black people coming on there ridiculing them, putting up praying hands and consoling them, but they come on ours and ridicule us. Return the favor. That's why I say I'm not worried about any other people because they're not concerned about us. You voted for this man to try to hurt us. Or hurt some of the other Hispanics you didn't like. One Latino man said he voted for Trump because he wouldn't see his people being deported now. He said he voted for Trump because he wanted to see the liberals cry. Now he's crying. And I laugh at every tear. Oh, you all meant to say, oh, I shouldn't be saying that, and I'm evil and all that for saying that. Sometimes you have to serve notice on your enemy. You have to serve notice on because they are our enemy. The people who do that to us, they are our enemies. And we have to look at it like it's war. Now, I'm not talking about, no, I ain't going to do that. I ain't going to talk about who I'm not talking about. I'm just going to say what I got to say. And the people who are not like that, they know who they are. Because when people talk about us, they just make a blanketed statement. And so that's what I have to do. And they can sort themselves out. No one will be concerned about, worry about and be concerned about sorting us out. So, oh, he's spreading hate speech. You're doing hateful things. Sort of like we're even, huh? How am I sorting hate speech when I'm telling the truth about what you did and saying how we don't need to be taking it anymore? How is that showing hate? It's responding to your hate. But you're so used to black people responding to hate with love and a peace offering. You're not used to black people firing back. Then you start talking about we all one race, we all need to get along. Tell your people that. And I'm not talking about white people. I'm not talking about just white people. People of color, you Asians, Arabs, Latinos, Indians, all of you do this stuff. It's not just white people. And you are probably worse than they are. Don't come to me with no people of color. I don't care about people of color. You gotta fight your own battles. You don't care about us. You be out there marching. And you mention everybody but black people. In those protests they have all over the country, I haven't heard them mention black people. They have a speaker get up. I haven't heard them mention black people yet. They go down the list and they don't mention black people. And you black women, you don't mention black men. You say black women, people of color, go down the list, you don't even mention black men. And you want to go it alone, let us know. And we'll let you go it alone. But when they start cracking your head on talking about we're the least protected, and we're the most disrespectful, you're the most disrespectful towards your men. But think you can have a dial-up man. When things go wrong, he's supposed to come running. I've seen black women do it, go down the list. Black women, people of color, the immigrants, they even mentioned the homosexuals. And left the black man out. Black women did this. Now, if you want to be our enemy, well, we'll treat you the same. It's time to stop playing. We need to draw our battle lines. And black women want to go with those people, let them go. And we have to fight against them too. And you're going to be on our side, come on, be on our side. Quit straddling the fence. If not, go on with them. It's time to stop playing. Well, that's going to do it for tonight. Be sure to hit my Cash App, and I'm going to try to come on as much as I can, but I want to come on earlier, but I'm going to have to get some funding because this show is not getting the funding that it needs. But my other shows are, but I can't take from those and put it on this one because that's not the way it works. You all know that. That's not the way it works. So this is a picture of the leader of McKinney Faso, I think that's it. I was saying Paso, I think it's Faso. What has happened, remember I said they was coming after him? Chad is fighting them in a war with the help of Al Qaeda. And Chad is asking the United States for weapons in exchange for some of their raw resources. Now, the United States is angry at this man because he's helping his people. So, like I said that last night, they'll have someone to fight a proxy war. But what about the larger African states? Why come they don't ever hear like Nigeria, Ghana, who have Kenya, who have bigger armies? Why come they don't? Why come the African states don't help each other? They're always looking to Europe, the United States. Quit being little babies. Grow up. You're like the United States and Europe, your parents or something. Grow up and take care of your own business. Run them people up out of there. You're, like I said last night, your problem is you didn't run those colonists out of there at the end of colonialism when you got your freedom. You really didn't get your freedom. Anytime you let your enemies stay in your camp, you don't really have your freedom. You should have ran them up out of there because you control it politically and they still control it economically. Just like in South Africa, the whites own 90% of the wealth. And they just 8.1% of the population. It's worse than I thought it was. And seeing they still can't make it, they have to come over here. You can't make it with those kind of odds in your favor. You have to be pretty pitiful. That's why I call them the South African hillbillies. Or Afrikaners, whatever they call. But there's no such thing as the Afrikaner. It's just a mess they made up not to be called African. But look, we gotta draw our battle lines. We can't. This is war. It's not. It's no longer no. We shall overcome. Judged by the content of their character and not the color of their skin. We've always been judged by the color of our skin, not by the content of our character, because they can see 100 of us walk by us, everything fine, no problem. They see one person acting up, and they'll say, "I see them old black people. They don't know how to act." Even if they saw 2 or 3 white people acting up, and smiled at them. And I say, everybody got to draw their battle lines, even among black people. We're gonna have to draw ours. Are you with us or you're not? Now I'm talking about black people and black women. You with black men or you're not? And if you're not, you can go on your own because you never mention us either. You talk about us more than they do. Do you know that most of the stereotypes, the negative, derogatory stereotypes against black men that's been made in the last 50 years or so, white people didn't make them, black people made them. And they're not even true. All day long on social media. And then you don't even call us men no more, you call us N-words. Make up your mind. You with us or you're not. If you want to go with them, then we'll have to fight against you too. And if you're going to fight against us, we're going to fight back against you. And you won't win because you don't know how. We do. We haven't moved nowhere since you've been running things in the last 50 years or so. We've been stagnant and we've gone nowhere because you don't do things for your people, you do it for yourselves. Black men do things for his people. So make up your mind, even you black women. You're with us or you're not. With that, I like to say good night and here's my cash app. You know, even when I get off the air, you can still do it when you see this broadcast later. I'm not going to hold you long tonight. I'm going to get out of here. I know it's getting late. So let me take this down and get out of here. And till the next time, my name is Larry Duncan Allen. This is No More Water. Bye. Next time.